Hello, the Will Stigger here. It's March 17th. We left Pangnirtung a couple hours ago. It's a usual wild, crazy ride out of town. The dogs have been sitting for a week, and it's really difficult getting them out through the tidal ice, which was the rough ice at the beginning, a real windy trail. We went in two shifts. The Minnesota dogs went first, and then after they left the chute, then we hooked up the Auyuittuq dogs, two dog teams, and they came in after. The Auyuittuq dogs are generally a little bit of a faster dog team, so they leave at the end in the morning, and then they catch up later in the morning. But we had a really great run so far on the Pangnirtung, on the Fjord here. Very smooth. I got the steam out of the dogs. We're stopping now for a tea break, and we normally stop after a couple hours, a little bit of tea, get the dogs caught up.
This is your last journey, Jones. Enjoy it.
The Inuit guys untangle their lines, and as you can see in the background, we're getting into the Pangnirtung Pass, these really high mountains. It's a real classic glacial U-shaped valley, deep U like this, with glacial peaks on either side, and once we get around the bend here, there's ice caps on both sides. The temperature also on a calm day like this is going to be really cold. You have a cold sink where the cold from the mountain sinks into the valley, so you have cold air on a clear day. When it's windy, it's a little bit different. It warms up a bit, but the wind chill drops the temperatures down. But we're gearing up. I rode on Simon's sled this morning. It's to me, I don't like riding because I get really cold. I'm dressed up for skiing, and my type of physical makeup is around motion and that. So I'm going to get on skis here and ski in the back of his sled for the rest of the day. We're going to make an earlier camp today to get our systems down. We got a little bit of a new arrangement here, but we're all pretty much seasoned already, and we're all happy. This is actually spring weather. It's coming, of course, a little earlier. You usually get this weather in late April, early May. Typical early May weather right now, and but seasons are about 6 weeks ahead of the time right now. So I imagine it's going to stay pretty much this temperature with probably a lot more wind coming up. I'm real anxious. All my life I always wanted to cross the Pangnirtung Pass. Even as a kid I was aware of this pass here about 40 years ago. I've never been through here, especially during the winter time. It's a real treat here. Looking forward to some big scenery. We're getting into Baffin scenery. We're going to be in high mountains now for the rest of the trip. So the high walls and the typical glacial walls. There's noted for rock climbing. There's 4,000 to 7,000 foot sheer mountain walls coming up here, all granite. Good climbing and spectacular scenery. So we're here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here, signing out on March 17th.